Good evening, Music 189ers. I hope you are all doing well. It's pretty rainy here in Oxford. You know, I gotta give you that sweet, sweet weather report. I just wanted to send a video message out to you to say hi. I apologize I haven't sent you a video in a couple of days. No, you missed my face, but I wasn't feeling too well. Sure you didn't want to hear my sick voice. So, you now have completed Module 3, and I have graded your M3 Step 3, or sorry, M3 Step 5, Analyzing First Movement Sonata Form. To address some of the issues regarding sonata form, I have uploaded a video under the Module 3 wrap-up, so go ahead and check that out. I go ahead and explain sonata form in person and really get at the musical elements that are important in order to hear sonata form. After you analyzed music, purely instrumental music for its form, good job. You moved on to analyzing musical form in vocal pieces. I do want to note that the terminology that you used for sonata form is not used in vocal music, and certain terms for vocal music are not used for instrumental pieces, such as strophic or modified strophic. That's purely through composed. That's purely for vocal pieces. Now, when we talk about form, very abstractly, such as AB or ABA, so using certain letters to signify certain parts of form, this, of course, is very abstract and could be used in vocal or instrumental pieces. So that's not too specific. But strophic, modified strophic, through compose, that's for vocal pieces alone. Sonata form, minuet and trio, those types of formal terminology, or that type of formal terminology, is used only for instrumental pieces. All right, so go ahead and check out the Module 3 wrap-up. Now you all have moved on to the Module 4 unit, which I think you'll find pretty awesome. It's Music and Virtuosity. What I find when I teach face-to-face, when we arrive to this unit, students are like, whoa, look at these performers and how they play. So even if you don't know anything about music, you can certainly appreciate different facets of virtuosity. And that's what I want you to contemplate. Is it just technical prowess? Is it something expressive? Is it performative or theatrical? Is it dependent on what the audience thinks? Is it dependent on how much the audience will pay? You go ahead and tell me. Tonight, what you are going to be doing is you have been split up into two primary groups to discuss your two articles for the week: the legitimization of the hip hop DJ and Guitar Hero as a form of virtual virtuosity. So we have these two PDFs. They should be fully accessible on Canvas since they are just integrated from the publisher's websites. If you have any trouble, please let me know. So if I click on the Discussing Virtual Virtuosity in Guitar Hero, you can see that Group 1 students here, you are going to be firstly answering these questions, and that's what's due tonight by 11:59 p.m. Students in Group 2, what is due for you, you are going to be responding to how your peers responded to these questions. So how the Group 1 students responded, you're going to respond to them by tomorrow night. So if we move forward, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. If we move forward then to the answers for our Group 2, you are going to be investigating the DJ article. And I want you to answer these questions. And then Group 1, what you're going to be doing, you will be responding to Group 2's answers to these questions by tomorrow. So it's equal work depending on the group, but some of you are going to be initially answering questions on the Guitar Hero article, and some of you are going to be initially answering questions regarding the DJ article, and then we're going to reverse that And what I want you to do is not just tomorrow respond to these questions on your own, but really engage in a dialogue with your peers. After everybody has responded over the weekend, what I will go ahead and do is read over everything, and I will actually produce a summary of your arguments. For and against, usually I'm asking, is this some type of virtuosity? Is this some type of musicianship? Let me know. And I will summarize your arguments and send out a brief video explaining what you all said. This is a really successful assignment. It has been in the past, so I hope you enjoy it. If we go back to our modules, after this, you have your Module 4 musical meaning blog. I've graded your musical meaning blogs for Module 2. Overall, I was really happy with what I saw. I'm very interested by the musical examples that you're relating to the topics at hand. So in this case, I want you to find examples of virtuosity out there. So I know that for the drama, you were finding usually pieces composed by someone, but in this case, you can find pieces, not just the composer, but find pieces that exhibit a performer. That's perfectly all right, and that's explained in the musical meaning blog directions. So if you read here, here we go. I'll spread it out here. All right. So for the Module 4 blog entry, I want you to think about music and virtuosity. You may use new pieces by composers discussed in class. Since this is a unit concentrated on virtuoso performers, you may also choose a video based on the performer and not necessarily the composer of the music he or she is playing. That's perfectly all right. And often a lot of the performers will also be composers, because maybe you think that's a facet of virtuosity, is that these artists have to be creators of some sort. After your musical meaning blog is due also by tomorrow night, so you'll be responding as well as creating your musical meaning blog and submitting that tomorrow. You have your responses to the musical meaning blog due on Sunday. So I always give you off the Saturday where you can catch up, or hopefully be working on your concert comparison assignment, because next week is our very, very last week. I won't go into too much detail, but your last two modules, you have one on music and nationalism, which is up and running. So if you want to go ahead and work ahead, feel free. I know some of you are. And then module 6 is music and experimentalism. Most of the modules, I really had to condense them given our time restraints. Module 5, everything is going to be due by January 16th or 19th. And then for module 6, what we have due dates on the 17th on down. So I really want you to keep up with your work, because next week, remember, in addition to 2 modules, you do have your final assignments due of the concert comparison assignment, as well as final project. So hopefully you found some sweet, sweet music to experience. And if not, this weekend's a perfect time. I know if you're in the Oxford area, there are some examples of music happening in Dayton and Cincy. Hopefully you can get out to those. And your final project's due the 20th. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you later. Bye!